Okay, so this is a quick demonstration of iVariometer, which is a great little application. I just thought I'd walk you through a little bit of it. Only £3.50 at the App Store. At the moment I've got some widgets on here, so you can see that I have altitude, I have speed, distance to my waypoint, distance that I've travelled, the time to target and the distance to target, which will come to in a minute. You can also see I've got a vario here, and it's really sensitive, and I'll give you a demonstration of that later. The maps in the background you can change, so I've got Google Maps at the moment, and it can be other kinds of maps as well. I've got what's called a look mode, so you can see as I move this round, it continues to point in the same direction. So this is all configurable. Usually I imagine this is probably the one you want to be using when you're flying. The widgets that are on here are all configurable, so I can move them around. I can make them bigger and smaller. I can also add other ones. So this is a list of them. You can see I've got different speed ones, I've got distance, altitude, compass, time to target, trip time, maximum speed, scales, a variometer and an altitude one. At the moment I've got the compass and the vario set up. When I start recording, the duration starts to go up. So if I go into normal, I just slide this over here. That's it now recording, as you can see the duration going up. So you've got a moving map display, it's centered on where you are. The maps are totally configurable. You can choose it between loads of different map sources. The maps are cached. I won't go into all the menus because it's going to be too complicated to show them on the screen. The main other options are that you can set up routes. So I've set up a route. If I go into here, routes, I can add and remove routes, which are really simple to set up. Before I show that, I'll show one route that I've already got. So I've already got a Norwich route set up, which just points to the middle of Norwich. So if I'm flying here, and this is my current location, and I want to see where my route is to Norwich, I just choose a route. I choose Norwich, and you can see now that there's a purple line showing. The purple line is what direction I have to go to get to my destination. As I move, the time to target updates. You can see that it's 34.6 miles as the crow flies, as the paramotor flies, and that's all you really need most of the time. As I say, the logs are recorded, and once they're recorded they can be played back. I'll show that. So that's me stopped recording. I go to the logbooks, and if I look at one from earlier today, so here's one I took earlier today, the train journey, and you can control the speed of playback, and it shows you various things that you're as you're flying. You can also obviously export them in GPX format. Okay, the last thing I want to show you is the vario and how sensitive it is, and I'll do that in a sec. Okay, so for the purposes of this demo, I've put the vario on a really sensitive, because I obviously can only move it up and down a little bit. It's totally controllable, the sensitivity though, and you'll see how sensitive it is. So I'm just going to move it up. I'm going to move it down. Okay, up. Up. Down. Up. Okay, so you can see, very simple. Okay, I finally just want to show you some of the other options that you've got on here. So you've got a number of map sources. You can choose lots of more ones. You can just go in to get more maps. You choose, just draw on the area that you want, and then you can download them. I'm not going to do this just now, but basically that's how you do it. You just select the map that you want. You can see there's a whole list, and it'll download the ones you want. Airspace is via a standard airspace text file that you can just stick on via iTunes. If I also go into here, you'll see the different sort of options. So I've got satellite maps and all that kind of stuff. The follow modes at the moment are on look, so it moves around. You can also set it to follow or free modes, and whether you want to show airspace or not. So it's all pretty good, really. As I say, there are a few little bugs on it. The main one at the moment is that if I go into here and choose a track, then sometimes when I go into full screen, which is this button here, this happens, and it doesn't go back until you either reset the thing, or you go into this mode and change it to something else, and even then sometimes it doesn't work. So there's a few little bugs, but they are few and far between, so they get to be a pretty good piece of kit.